Okay, hi Grace, welcome back.
Hi, thank you.
So just like we talked last time, there's a level of confidentiality here. So if you tell me that you're going to hurt yourself or hurt others or you're going to go commit a huge crime, I do have to report it. But other than that, it stays, what you say stays in this room.
Okay.
All right, so tell me what's better since last time.
Okay, well, I was definitely more productive this week.
Okay.
And I don't feel like my stress levels really, decreased with that, but I was, able to get all the things that I needed to get done. So for, school and work stuff like we talked about last time, that was definitely helpful, but I still feel like I haven't really done any, self-care acts or just, hung out in a really long time.
Yeah?
So I'm feeling, on the work and school front a little bit better this week. But definitely, personal life, not as great.
Not as great. Okay,
Yeah.
so, you did a lot productive with your school and work.
Yeah.
But we're still a little iffy on our self-care, so we need to find something that helps bring up that self-care.
Yeah.
What steps do you think you could take to lift up your self-care?
I think, the first thing I need to do is figure out how to, set time away.
Okay.
It's really hard for me to, create a boundary because I've always been, very focused on academics and, work life. So it's hard for me to, draw a line and be at some point, this, I have to put this down.
Yeah.
And do something for me because I feel like I'm, failing if I even just take a break or something. So, yeah, I think I need to figure out how to create a space for that, in my life.
And how can you do that?
I don't know. I guess I could, I'm very type A, so maybe I could, write it all out in my planner so I can see that it's not, a failure to stop at a certain time, but instead, that's what I plan to do.
Okay.
Type of thing.
That might be a good first step.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the fact that you did so well with being productive with your work and your school. And how did that make you feel being able to be productive on that level?
It definitely made me feel good. I was very proud of myself, and I was really excited to call my mom after class and be like, I did this and whatever else, and go home to my boyfriend and tell him about it. So I kind of felt like I had some bragging rights this week.
Good.
Yeah.
So, and how did you do that? How did you get all the productivity done? Sorry.
No, you're okay. Well, I was really strict on my timing, which is why I didn't leave space for some things, which I think there's sometimes where where that is necessary, when it really picks up, sometimes there's just not space for some of that, but I'm still at the beginning of the semester of my grad program, and so I'm maybe I should just chill out a little bit first. So I'm rushing into things, but I do think that maybe eventually it'll be good for the future that I'm getting stuff done already.
So grad school is really hard.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's gonna take a minute to get there, but we can take those steps. So let me ask you a question. It's a weird question, okay? So just hang in there with me.
Okay.
If you went to sleep and something happened, a miracle happened, what would you notice first when you woke up?
I think I would notice that my dog didn't wake me up at 7 a.m.
At 7 a.m.?
Yeah,
That's
right
really early.
Every morning. He's very sweet about it, but...
You on the face?
Yeah, that's sweet. I love the licks, but I'm really?
7 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he wants to play.
What is your next step? What do you do after 7 a.m.? Do you take the dog out and then what?
Well, so I would probably sleep until 8. Oh my gosh. And then I would take the dog out. And maybe I would I feel like I've been such a bad dog mom recently and I keep blaming it on the weather, but I would go for a walk with him, I think.
Okay.
Just start my day not immediately logged into my laptop or on my phone doing all the things. I think I would take time to just be in nature.
It sounds like not being on your computer or your phone is actually really important to you.
Yeah, it is.
So
I'm bad at it, but it is.
What's another way, instead of building self-care? You said taking a walk. That could also be another thing of self-care.
Yeah.
What else? What else could you do?
Well, maybe after my walk, I would have my coffee that I always have, but maybe I'd like actually eat breakfast.
Okay.
I don't really do breakfast. I have like, there's really good trail mix granola bars from Trader Joe's. I recommend. I have those sometimes, but that's like the extent of my breakfast. So like, maybe I would have like eggs or something.
Okay. So eggs, what else might you have for breakfast?
I would have yogurt.
Yogurt?
And granola. I've gotten really into that recently. I'm trying to eat healthier.
Okay.
I was doing a little experiment this month of like no spend on like anything other than groceries.
Okay. And how did that go for you?
It was hard.
It's hard?
I didn't realize how often I was eating out. I was
Yeah.
like, I just want Jersey Mike's like right now. But I did it.
Yeah.
So that was exciting.
And that's impressive, especially
Yeah.
if you've been eating out a lot.
Yes.
And how do you think you were able to do that? It will literally stop recording if it
I
turns
know.
off.
Sorry.
How do you think you were able to do that? The no spin. I know you said it's really
Yeah.
hard because you really wanted that Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
How do you think you were able to do that?
It helped that my boyfriend and I did it together. So it was like,
Oh.
we're in this together, like, and he'd be like, should we break? And I'm like, no. And when I wanted to break, he's like, get your act together. So we like kind of held each other accountable, which was nice.
Nice. So teamwork.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the
Yes.
dream work.
Absolutely.
So you said, let's go back to the self-care thing.
Mm-hmm.
We want to take care of ourselves. Who would notice that you are having more self-care into your like daily routine?
Honestly, like probably everyone. I feel like my mom, my sister, and my boyfriend would probably be like the most noticeable changes.
Okay.
But honestly, like even like professors and like classmates, I think would
Yeah.
probably be like, wow, she seems less anxious.
Okay. What
Yeah.
do you think they would notice besides the anxiousness?
I think I would probably be like less argumentative with my
Okay.
boyfriend. Like, you know, sometimes you gotta pick a fight.
So that's a goal, less argumentative with the boyfriend.
Yes.
What do you think your mom or your sister might notice?
My sister would notice that I'm like actually responding to her again.
Okay.
We're both like going through really big life stuff. She just bought a house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she's started her first job as an attorney this year, so she's been super busy, and she'll text me like at random times, and then I'm like, I'm starting like my first clinical work, and so I'm busy all the time. So we would probably just like talk again. I feel like we haven't spoken in weeks, which is weird for us.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're close to your sister.
Very close, yes.
And this like she's in a huge moment in her life, you're in a huge moment in your life, so you're
Mhm.
trying to figure out how to connect those as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So what about your mom? You said your sister.
Yeah. Well, I call my mom a lot, mostly when I drive.
Yeah.
Like, I just want someone to talk to. I don't know what that is about, but I think she would notice that I wouldn't like dwell on stuff so much. I feel like I am like a ruminator,
Mm-hmm.
and I really ruminate on like my anxious thoughts or like things that are stressing me out. So maybe
Yeah.
I wouldn't be talking about that as often when
Mhm.
I called her. Like instead, I'd be like, "This is what I'm doing this weekend."
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is one thing that you know for a fact that you could do this week? Maybe build it into your planner like you said, or write it on like the planner on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
What's one thing that you know for a fact that you could build into your schedule to take care of yourself?
Okay. Well, I have one thing that I am going to be doing, and then I'll give you also an example of something I could add maybe.
Okay.
But I am going out for dinner with my friends this weekend.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be good for me. And then something else that I could add is going on a walk, like I talked about with my dog. I think
Yeah.
it's like nicer weather this weekend.
Yes, it is.
So maybe
Yeah.
I could encourage myself to like get some sun.
Huh.
Yeah.
And what are you looking forward to about going to dinner with your friends?
I'm just excited to like gossip.
Gossip? Okay. I mean, hey, we love going out with our friends to gossip. What else is better since the last time we met? You said work.
Yeah.
And like priority.
Yeah, I guess I
prioritizing
haven't
work.
really talked about work yet. I kind of talked to you about school. Work has been like really slow this week, which was nice.
Yeah.
Because I work like a remote job and I'm a nanny.
Gotcha.
So I only had to go in once this week for nannying, and then my remote work has been like, I got really on top of it last week when I didn't have stuff.
Good.
So there wasn't like a ton for me to do, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I just keep checking all of those boxes for work, like remote work. So that was good.
I can't help but wonder what your day-to-day like typically looks like if you're working 2 jobs and going to school. Just trying to kind of fill me in so I know where like maybe we could build in some self-care.
Yeah, I have a very weird schedule because I work 2 jobs. I'm a TA, I'm in clinical work,
Wow.
and then I'm in 3 classes. So every day is kind of different. I would say I try to keep like my mornings relatively, like, because I like to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm a Taurus, you know. It's what we do.
Yes.
So I would say my mornings are like my most clear, except on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Okay. What are you doing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays?
I am at my clinical site.
Okay. I lost my train of thought. I had a question for you.
It's all good. Happens to the best of us.
Yep. It had to do with your schedule. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I guess we will just...
We're moving forward.
Oh, how do you manage all that? That's what I was going to ask.
I sleep.
You sleep?
I sleep a lot. I really, really value sleep. Like, I do, like... I try to get, like, 9 to 10 hours a night.
Okay.
Like, I'm intense.
So you value your sleep. Okay.
I do.
Noted.
And then wait, what was the question? I got really distracted by my sleep schedule.
I said, how do you manage all that? And you said that you like to sleep.
I do sleep. I do. I talk to like my classmates about stuff, like bounce ideas off of people to make sure like I'm, you know, in the right stuff with what I'm doing so I don't waste my time.
Yeah.
I talk to like my supervisors and my bosses if things are getting like too crazy.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to eat healthier, which I think kind of helps like clear my mind a little bit to be able to handle all of that.
Yeah. So tell me more about like, okay, so you said eating healthier. Is that something that we can maybe build into that self-care?
Yeah, I've been actually thinking about trying to get into like cooking and baking, like healthier stuff. And I just couldn't figure out like where to find recipes or when to kind of throw that in. So that's definitely something I'm interested in doing.
So interested in cooking and baking, but you want it to be healthier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just don't know quite where to look at.
Yeah. I went through a phase in like quarantine where I was like super into baking like weirdly. Like I made like zucchini brownies.
Ooh.
They were disgusting. It wasn't worth it. Like just make a brownie. But there are other things that would maybe
zucchini bread?
Yeah, like banana bread. I love banana bread.
Maybe try like to substitute the flour for something like that's a little bit healthier than just like regular flour.
Yeah, I should do some research.
Yeah. You can always like recipes, you can always just substitute something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's smart.
Because think about it, people with allergies.
True.
They've got to substitute.
So true.
So we're going to wrap it up here.
Okay.
And I just want to say you have a lot on your plate, but you're doing an amazing job handling it all.
Thank you.
I would like you to do one thing this week, okay? Just like we had mentioned, I want you to build one thing. It doesn't have to be a certain day.
Okay.
Build at least one thing into your planner, write it on your wall, write it on your mirror. Some clients like to use mirrors and just write out their schedule on it.
Okay.
Write down one day, like Tuesday, I'm going to go for a walk with my dog. It's going to be beautiful weather, you know? Or I'm going to bake that zucchini bread today.
Okay.
And I want you to notice how that made you feel, to take care of yourself, set a time aside just to take care of yourself. And then when we meet again next week, I want you to come back and just tell me how that made you feel. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Perfect. Thank you. We'll see you next time. I know I started